FieldMonitor's monitoring tools are controlled with this button. The Hide tab determines which of the various overlays are hidden when you tap on the screen. This is very handy for decluttering the picture. The Scope tab controls the waveform monitor, vector scope, and histogram. Each scope has adjustable intensity, scale or overlay brightness, and transparency settings. There's a common refresh rate. Set this low if you have an older iDevice or need to save a little bit of power. The waveform monitor has Luma only, RGB overlay, RGB parade, and YCBCR parade. The vector scope has 100% saturation targets, 75% targets, a 2x mode for use with DSC labs or gamma and density charts, and a 4x mode if you really want to see what's happening at your white point. The histogram, again, has a Luma display, RGB overlay, RGB parade, and Luma RGB parade. All of these scopes can be positioned wherever you want them, dragged around, and resized as necessary. There's also a 4-way mode if you want to see your picture unobstructed and still see all your scopes. The Mark tab controls the various overlays and frame lines. There's a frame line and mask setting, which has adjustable aspect ratios and adjustable safe areas, and all these can be adjusted in FieldMonitor settings. You can also come in and adjust the hue, the saturation, the brightness, and the transparency of all these different controls. And for the mask, you can adjust its brightness and again its transparency. There's a grid control. The grid allows you to pick rule of thirds, a 1/4, and a quarters plus crosshair display, and it can be shown within the frame marker or in the full frame of the picture as you see fit. There's a center marker that's available as a dot or a cross or a dot and a cross. And there's also a custom marker which you can position anywhere you want to on the picture. FieldMonitor's Image tab has several controls. There's a focus assist. This has a variety of settings. The first one is an analog peaking style setting that simply accentuates the high frequencies of whatever's in focus. There's an edge mode that really emphasizes edges and de-emphasizes the rest of the picture. This is very handy when focus is the most important thing you have to see. And there are 2 different digital peaking modes. There's a red and a cyan mode that work like the peaking on most DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. And these are all completely adjustable in terms of the intensity, so you can set them up exactly as you need them, whatever your subject demands. There's horizontal and vertical image flip, if you're working with a mirror rig or inverted on a gimbal, for example. And there's anamorphic desqueeze for the most common squeeze ratios, as well as croppings for the various crop factors you might want to have if your widescreen image is wider than your final output. The Levels tab allows you to apply LUTs. So for example, if I put this camera into log mode, now I can come in and apply any of a variety of LUTs to the picture. And I can assign up to 3 LUTs in FieldMonitor settings. And I can also set up FieldMonitor to apply the LUT to the scopes or not. So I can monitor the effect on the picture, but still see the scope showing what the raw image looks like without the application of the LUT. Now there are a bunch of controls down here that are for Panasonics only. Panasonics can set up different Luma levels for recording and transmit the same over Wi-Fi. But because the camera doesn't tell FieldMonitor what levels are in use, these controls are necessary. If you don't have a Panasonic, don't worry about it. If your iDevice has an A7 or later processor, you'll also have a false color control. This again is completely adjustable in terms of intensity, as well as the different levels that the colors come and go at. So you can adjust this for exactly how you need it for your scene and your requirements. And of course, this can all be hidden on a screen tap as you see fit. So if I want to see a completely clean picture, I can do that too.